The Orlando Magic bounced back with a big 30-point victory over the Sacramento Kings, 121-91. They move into the 7th spot, tied with the Atlanta Hawks for that top play-in seed. Now, they have played 2 more games, so we will end up seeing exactly after the Hawks game against the Bucks tonight whether or not the Magic could keep that. But we're going to talk about this game. Markelle Fultz is also on the Kings. We're going to talk about how much he played. He played 14 minutes, as well as Jamahl Mosley. How much credit does he get in these wins? Because we do harp on him on his performance and his decision-making a lot in the losses. That's going to be a topic, especially also for the end of this video. But guys, as you know, I'm Previty. This is Magic Digest. Make sure that you guys subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. We're at 937 right now, nearing the end of March, but we're going to keep it going, keep it pushing on that goal. And eventually, I promise, I will change this graphic eventually when I get around to it, and I can get you guys some newer numbers and updates with that statistic. I don't think it's as stark of a difference anymore as opposed to 75-25. I digress. Let's take a look at the box score. Orlando had an amazing shooting performance. 46% from 3, 18 of 39. Paolo Banchero played well, shot pretty decent. Franz Wagner played pretty well, shot very, very well. 8 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3 isn't otherworldly, but he was able to kind of get it together, and we have seen some poor shooting performances from him before. Not last night. That was certainly not the case. Wendell Carter Jr., 3 of 3 from the three-point range. He had 12 points. Jonathan Isaac got some more minutes. In the previous game, he had 6 minutes. This game, he had 19 minutes. Didn't really show as far as the scoring was concerned, but that was all Bitadze as far as the front court was handled off the bench. 12 points, 10 boards. He looked like what he was at the very beginning of this year, so that was super positive. And then Caleb Houston, again, off the bench. He might be somebody who we could see in the play-in games, really getting some consistent minutes, offering a spark, because this team is almost unbeatable if they can shoot the ball well from 3. He was 6 of 7. He had 18 points. As far as the backcourt was concerned, Anthony Black, Corey Joseph held it down. Also, KCP did not play bad at all and certainly wasn't just out there getting cardio. Now, our expectations for him are a little bit lower. Sacramento Kings, DeMar DeRozan led the team with 21 points. Sabonis had a double-double, 14 and 13. They were not able to shoot the ball very well. 7 of 28, 25% from 3. I know a lot of Kings fans were like, oh my God, of course, when we are also in a hunt for a playoff position or, jockeying for play-in positioning, we go against the Magic and they shoot, lights out, right? When they never do that. Well, they did not shoot well, unfortunately for them. And then the biggest stat, if you were able to catch it, was the difference in assist numbers. The Magic had way more assists than the Sacramento Kings. That was a big part of this win. I believe it was 38-17 as far as the assist differential, or maybe 31-17. That sounds like a lot. And then 41-49 as far as 31-17, and then 41-49 for the rebounds. Orlando was able to take care of the ball, which was really nice as well, and just had an overall dominating performance. They won the first quarter 38-21. They won the third quarter 37-20. They lost the second and fourth 25-23, both times in the same score, which is pretty interesting. But they controlled this game. It was over by the fourth quarter, and gotta love it. Gotta love an easy win. When we are at home, the Kings are starting their road trip, so hopefully they can get it together for their own Kings fans. But the Magic took what was theirs, and that was great. Let's go and take a look at what happened in the post game. Bitadze was the man of the hour, if you will, the guy who was able to turn it around. We have to build on this. It's not like, oh, we played a good game and now let's get back to playing bad. We just have to keep building on this. It's a great win. Obviously, this team's got to keep their head down because you like the fact that they got this win, but you don't love the fact or where this team is still right now. 36-39. That Mavericks loss really kind of took the wind, we thought, out of their sails. They were able to bounce back. They got the Clippers on Monday night, so that'll be tomorrow night. That'll be a huge thing. They are also in that position for trying to get in a play-in spot. They're 42-32, so they're a very good team as well. The Clippers are the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Sacramento was the 10th seed. They're just ahead of Phoenix. So a lot of these teams got a lot to play for. We are going to be standing in their way. Hopefully they can continue it. Jamahl Mosley did also shout out the second unit, which I thought was really, really cool, especially after his comments about specifically Jonathan Isaac in the last game. I thought our second unit was great. I think when they stepped into the game, they had so much energy, so much pop. That's true. When Caleb Houston was was really shooting the ball. I mean, this is a guy who could be a real impact player for us in the play-in games when we are needing a spark offensively, and potentially in a couple games in that first round series, whether or not we draw the Celtics or the Cavs. He could be a difference maker if he shoots like this. That obviously 6 to 7 is a lot, but if he can come into the game and give us a handful of threes, that is a big thing that we have not had consistently at all this year. And it takes the load off of Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. And we see the difference in how those guys play when they don't have to score every single point at all times in this game. And it's really, really fun to watch Magic basketball when that is the case. That was the case last night against the Kings. Obviously, this game was kind of wraps midway through the third, if you will. So we didn't really get to see it in crunch time, but that's a good sign. We'll take it. All right, Markelle Fultz played 14 minutes in this game. It was in the Magic home arena at the Kia Center, and there were a lot of Magic fans chanting for him to come back into the game, which I thought was really cool to see. Fultz obviously said hey to the home announcers. Those guys, whenever you watch the broadcast, if you're watching the local broadcast, have had a relationship with him for a very long time. Obviously said hey to a lot of the former teammates. Has mentioned that he kind of roots for the Magic when he's watching further away from the team, and I always think that is so cool, and I'm very happy. Markelle Fultz, like I mentioned, still follows Magic closely. Here's the quote that he had that I'm speaking of. These are guys I've been able to build a relationship with, not only on the court but off the court. I watch them anytime I have a chance. Just so great. I made a video over the summer when I first started this channel about Markelle Fultz and his impact on this team and when he ended up leaving. And unfortunately, I think we could really use him right now, that true-ish kind of point guard who's a veteran, maybe not Corey Joseph, but somebody who maybe has a little bit more pop, although Corey Joseph's playing great right now, and Anthony Black is certainly, giving him a very good, extra, backup guard while Cole Anthony's out. But Markelle Fultz could have been that guy. We could have really used him. So it was awesome to really just see him out there getting in good minutes with the Kings. Didn't know exactly where his career was going to go after this stint with the Magic, and he was kind of not with the team for a very long time. Good to see him at least with a competitive team that is trying to make it to the postseason. So I thought that was really cool. All right, the last thing I wanted to touch on today was, before we get into the Magic and the Clippers game tomorrow, was Brandon Kravitz quote. If you are not aware of local radio in Orlando, Kravitz is a part of 96.9 The Game and a super well-respected voice around the team, covers the team and, a lot of Orlando sports. I am personally a fan. I really like him, and I thought that he tweeted something out during the game that was really interesting, or just after the game. Do the coaches get credit when the team plays well, or do they just get smeared when the team loses? Curious how Magic Twitter handles that one. There's a lot of different things going around about blaming the front office and the head coach, and I've certainly been a person that is saying that this season feels lost, and we knew exactly what was wrong, and we're going to need somebody to answer at the end of this year for why we weren't able to achieve as much as we could achieve despite even the injuries. But I'm here to agree that I think we should all almost sometimes take a collective breath when this team does put together 4 wins in 5 games, and they could potentially be peaking come play-in time and maybe give either the Cavs or the Celtics, who could end up becoming the eventual champions, a run for their money in the first round. I think we should look at the positive, and we should recognize that is something that is possible and something that could be coming to fruition, and Jamahl Mosley does deserve a little bit of credit for that. I've personally been on the Jamahl Mosley bandwagon and his hype train, so I understand that might look a little biased, but I certainly think it's something to also be aware of. When this team wins, we should also recognize that the head coach is part of it. Sorry if you hear it storming right now. It's got a lot of weather going on here in Florida. We're getting to that time of year. Magic hosts the Clippers tomorrow. As far as who's out, McClung is out. The usual suspects as well are out, so all of the G League guys, and obviously Wagner and Suggs. And Cole Anthony is questionable, so we will see if he ends up playing. He's not played in the last 6 games. I think that could be a really nice boost to this team, but it looks like they're not going to rush him back. Hopefully nothing is seriously wrong with either his wrist or his toe. Right now still listed as a toe injury. Hopefully he can come back soon, but not rush it, and then hopefully nothing is really, really bad with him. But that is the injury report for tomorrow for the Clippers. Hopefully they can get a win, and I will be on after that game to recap it as well. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, I'm your host, Patrick Previty, and I'll see you guys next time with more Orlando Magic basketball content.